Hello and welcome to the Punk Wrestling Podcast. I am RM Punk and today we are talking NXT. Unfortunately, I will not be fully reviewing AEW today as I've got some family commitments. I was unable to watch 4 hours of wrestling this morning. However, I do know a couple little bits, so I will very quickly just say exploding barbed wire death match, Moxley, Omega, yes please. And also Jim Ross called Kenny Omega the WWE champion. Interesting there. Anyway, NXT, shall we? So the show started off with a recap of what happened on Sunday, the fallout, and shock the system as we were all shocked when Adam Cole super kicked Kyle O'Reilly. So Kyle O'Reilly comes out first. You all saw what happened on Sunday. I keep replaying the moment to try and make sense of it. I'm confused, pissed off and disappointed. We were meant to be different than all the other groups in wrestling. You know, we were meant to you kicked me in the face, but you're still my brother, which is why I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt. Come and tell me why. Explain what happened. The music hits, but it's Roderick Strong, and he's playing peacekeeper. He tries to explain what Cole was doing, what this is. It was all emotional and all this. And Carl's like, just stop it. Like, I don't need to hear you explain. I need to hear Adam Cole. And don't come in the ring. It's not that I don't trust you. Well, actually, yes, I don't trust you. I don't know who to trust. I don't even trust myself right now. It's really good work here. Next up, and then he calls out Adam again. I need to hear from Adam Cole. Need to hear from Adam. But we don't get Adam. We get the Prince, Finn Balor. He comes out. He says, like, Kyle O'Reilly's like, I'm not looking for you. I need to speak to Adam. And Finn's like, you're not looking for me? Well, I'm looking for you. You need to get in line if you want to speak to Adam Cole. And he says, you know, as far as I'm concerned, we have business. You offered me your hand. I knew I shouldn't have trusted you. Roddy steps in again. He's like, he had nothing to do with that. Like, it's not Carl. And everyone's just like, Roddy, just shut up. With that, Dunn and the boys attack all three, setting up the main event of the evening, which is a 6-man tag. Peter Dunne and the boys versus Kyle O'Reilly, Roderick Strong and Finn Balor. Good main event there. It was a nice start to the show. It was clear, simple, precise. Kyle doesn't know why Adam's done this. Is disappointed, pissed off, doesn't trust anyone at this moment in time, doesn't know who to trust, who's on his side, who's not. All good stuff. Regal up next. He says that, you know, he's like, this happened earlier today, and you've got Santos in a car, and he's like, no one threatens me, so what I'm going to do is go home. And yeah, he leaves. He'll do it when he wants to, not when you want to. Regal says the match will happen next week, or Santos will be suspended and stripped of the title. So, obviously, he was meant to fight Killer Cross, but not today. We get the Way out next. They've got, you know, missing person posters. Gargano's on commentary for this. Been like, where's Theory, etc. Where's Austin? It was good stuff. They were facing Shotzi and Moon. So Candice and Indy versus Shotzi and Moon. Obviously, Johnny on commentary. Just said that. And Austin Theory is missing in action because he got chloroformed and kidnapped. Yeah. Moon and Shotzi get the upper hand early. It was a good match. There wasn't anything like, wow, big moments. But it was a good match. And Johnny was quite amusing on commentary. At one point, a white van pulls up outside, which is shown on the video screen. Indy hits a nice sidewalk slam, isolating Moon here. Johnny calls it Revengeance Day for the Way. after the semi-final match, you know, they're getting their own back. The van's back on the screen. So this is a big white van, the same one you saw at Halloween Havoc, if you remember, driven by Dexter Lumis. Johnny leaves to the break. After the break, Moon gets a tag. Some big move leads to all four out. And cuts to Johnny, who's now at the van. He's knocking on the van. He's trying to look around. He's calling out for Austin. It looks like Candice and Indy are about to win. But Johnny appears with a Austin Theory with bag over his head, cable tied, in his pants and a crop top. Candice runs up to give him a hug, like, yeah, celebrating. Meanwhile, Indy gets rolled up for the win for Shotzi and Moon. Yeah, it was fine. It could have played it out a couple more weeks, but no, it was cool. It was all right. It was an entertaining match, like I said, with a bit of silly bollocks here and there. No, it was good. We get a little video package from Pat McAfee, who is on a jet, and he's basically saying, I was right. I told you couldn't trust Cole, and you can't. He's not your saviour. And hashtag Pat was right. Fine. Yep. We get Kushida from earlier today is in the medical room, the trainer's room, getting a little bit of, medical work because he's still beaten up from the night before. Bronson Reed comes up to him. And, this is after Kushida had said that he's not done with Johnny. Like, it was an honour to compete at TakeOver, but he's not done with Johnny. He's not done with the North American title. Bronson Reed comes in, says, I hear you're not done. I understand that, but it's my turn. Like, it's my time. I'm ready. If we have to come to blows to it, then so be it. We'll get to that when we come to it. And he goes off. Malcolm Bivin comes up, and he sets up a match with Tyler Rust for tonight. Realising that Kushida's not 100%, this might be a chance to give his client a big win over a name. Simple, you get it straight away. This is what's happening. That's always good. If it makes sense, it's good wrestling. Next up, we got Swerve Scott versus Leon Ruff. Nice pace to this match. Obviously, Leon Ruff, elusive early on. Eventually, Swerve gets hold of him, hits some big power moves and nice kicks. There was a nice second row twisting cutter from Ruff for a near fall. In the end, Ruff wins with a crucifix pin. Swerve is laughing, smiling. He goes to shake hands and he slaps the shit out of him. No shocker there. He says he's tired of you being handed everything while I scratch and claw. And he says it's his time. Fine. Yep. Cool. Don't know where this one's going. Yep. Swerve has changed his character. Maybe sort of heading towards, out of the 205 bit and into, the main NXT stuff. No, it's good. It was a nice promo, nice match, no complaints. We get Casey and Caden next versus Aaliyah and Jesse. Casey and Caden cut a promo about Xia Li before in a video package, basically of her not being the same and whatever Mei-Ling has done. Xia Li is still in there somewhere and they will find it. But tonight we're going to win our match. This is a high-paced match, obviously, but it was very short, very short. Casey and Caden won after a quick double team move. It was like a neck breaker / splash. No, it was all good. Xia and Boa come out. Caden tries to get in Zaya's face, but Casey's like, no, let me handle this. She says, we've been a friend to you. It doesn't have to be like this. Xia then grabs her arm and runs her fingers across, and you get 2 black lines on the hand. So next week I will hurt you. Okay, clear, simple. Like I said, this match could have gone a little longer. They didn't really get a chance to shine here. But at the same time, I like what's going on with the Xia storyline. Zaya's going to kick their heads off. And there we go. And that was all good. Bivin cuts a quick promo, relaying what I'd already just said. That, Kushida's not 100%. His client is a diamond in the rough. We'll go easy, good. Simple, to the point. Beth Phoenix is out now, and she's the head of ceremony for the Dusty Cup celebration. MSK come out first, all excited, dancing around, giving Beth a hug. They're saying how the trophy's so beautiful, and on March 3rd there will be new tag team champions. Fine. Beth's like, would you like to join me as I introduce the women as well? And MSK like, yeah, cool. Raquel and Dakota come out. They say they're feeling awesome. Moments like this is why they do this. They love ripping the competition apart. They were the best team by far. Shayna and Nia interrupt. So Shayna's like, on that night, they were on the right side of history. But when they face, they will be on the wrong. When they face off, they will be on the wrong side of history. Dakota gives Raquel the lowdown on Nia and Shayna, like, oh, you weren't here before when these two were around. Let me give you the lowdown. And basically says Nia is big. And Shayna, well, Shayna ran away after losing to Rhea Ripley. Raquel's like, the same Rhea that I beat in the last man standing match, hasn't been seen since. Yes. Shayna starts nitpicking at Dakota, like, oh, Dakota whining and da-da-da. And Dakota says she's not the same, she'll kick your head, I'll kick your head off. MSK are in the background with Beth Phoenix enjoying some popcorn. Okay, cool, nice little moment. Nia says, look, this is all getting a bit spicy. I'm here to honour Dusty Rhodes. Dusty once called her, you know, the biggest beautiful bitch in the room. And she is the biggest beautiful bitch, getting in the face. Raquel's like, well, unfortunately, Dusty never met me. And to end it, she says she will take that boot from the trophy so far up her hole, you'll never get it out. MSK are in fits out the back, in the background. Yeah, it was good stuff here. Shayna got a chance to really talk. The women always do. So March 3rd, we have both tag team title matches. Looking forward to those. Good times. We get a replay of the Cameron Grimes rap video, which I talked about from Vengeance Day. If you haven't seen it yet, do. My partner was dancing away as this was on. Yep, stacking money to the moon, baby. But at the end, you hear sirens and a crash, and he's crashed his Lamborghini and it's wrecked. And Cameron's like, YOLO, gonna have to get another one. Yeah, good stuff. We get a recap of Io doing the title photo shoot. Unfortunately, that got interrupted by Toni Storm kicking her in the head mid-shoot. Yep, that's continuing. You'd expect it to. It was a triple threat match. Tony didn't take the pin. You know that's not done. That's going to be the feud going into WrestleMania week. All good with that. Next up, we had Kushida versus Rust. Kushida's arm is bothering him. His neck's sore. The story's quite simple here. Kushida's not 100%. Rust is trying to take advantage, but a damaged Kushida is still dangerous. Rust gets a bit of offense in, focusing on the neck, but is unable to put Kushida away. A combination pin ends with a modified bow and arrow from Rust, which was nice. A nice submission move there. Really enjoyed that. Kushida fires back, locks in the hoverboard lock, but Bivin just stops the match. So there's no, throws in the towel, so to speak, protecting his investment. So that's somewhere we're going to go, is that he doesn't actually believe in Rust, and so eventually Rust is going to turn on Bivin for that. Rust I could have had that, I didn't tap, etc. So that's where we're heading. We've got some intrigue going there in that storyline. Yep, all for that. We get a quick recap of the LA Knight debut on Vengeance Day pre-show. Eli Drake, otherwise known as. And then we get a little bit from earlier today where someone is knocking on his door and he sort of does a quick promo. The advent of LA Knight, the real hottest free agent. Everyone else says it, but this is true. No one's going to stop him. No one can. The game is mine. It was good promo work. Obviously, Eli is great on promos. There's no doubt about that one. Like I said, sometimes it feels a little bit too like I've heard it before, but still, it was really good. We'll see where he goes next. So After that, we had Zoe Stark, her singles debut. It looks like they're going to be pushing this Zoe Stark a little bit here. Definitely introduced in a hot way, versus Valentina Feroz. Wade compares her to a badass Shakira, and at one point tries to start singing a Shakira song, which everyone cuts him off of. Stark showed plenty of aggression in this match, power, and finished it with a lovely knee, sort of like flipped her over knee, kind of not a GTS, but it was one of those sort of throwing her onto the knee. It was nice, definitely one to keep an eye on there. Don't know much about her, so I'll have to do some research later. Yeah, it was all good. We get a bit of Bordeaux and Cross action here. Bordeaux saying that Santos wants to play games, but you don't get to play with time. It's their job. Your destiny has already been decided. You have a choice. You can turn up and face me, and, you know, I'll punch your head off, basically. Or you don't turn up, you lose your championship, and they still go and find you anyway. Simple, to the point. Yeah. Thumbs up. We get the main event now, and it's Pete Dunne, Oney Lorcan, Danny Burch, Dunne and the Boys versus Finn, Kyle, and Roddy. The story of this one is no one's on the same page on the face team. So Finn doesn't trust Kyle or Roddy. Kyle doesn't trust Roddy. Roddy's just there in the middle, like, I don't know what to do here. Early on, O'Reilly's in the ring. He doesn't want to make tag. Eventually, he picks Finn. They both got their hands out, and eventually he picks Finn, who then trade a bit back and forth, leaving Roddy out of the equation for a little bit. Roddy tags himself in later on, and Dunne and Roddy go at it for a little while, which is a nice little bit we haven't seen much of recently. O'Reilly gets in, takes all three out until diving from the apron, Dunne just hits him bang with the forearm to break. Nice start. When we come back, O'Reilly's been isolated, and when we return, gets the hot tag on Balor. Balor and Dunne go at it. Very high pace, a lot more like straight at it, straight into it. They've had that feeling out now, and they're into it. Finn's going for the coup de grace, and Adam Cole, baby, shows up and throws Finn off the top rope and straight into the referee. He then pump kicks O'Reilly on the outside and suplexes him onto the steps. Very strong pump kick and a strong suplex as well. It looked nasty. Meanwhile, back in the ring, Strong picks up the title that Burch was trying to use at one point. Taps Finn on the shoulder kind of thing, and Finn, Pele kicks him. Finn gets up, realises it's Strong. Meanwhile, Dunne comes from behind, hits the bitter end for the win. They roll, Dunne and Nat go off celebrating, and Cole reappears and super kicks Finn, while O'Reilly is out cold outside, and Cole lifts the championship. He's showing his intention. Cole wants the title again, and clear as day, isn't it, really? He was left out of it, and now he wants it back. It was a great match. It was a very good episode of wrestling. I enjoyed it muchly. It was a breeze to go through, a breeze to talk about what I like to do. There was a lot of genuine concern for O'Reilly online, as he looked like he was fully out cold, and there was reports of seizures and all sorts of stuff like this. But everything I've heard is he's fine. It was just a really good sell. So yeah, O'Reilly's just that damn good that everyone actually thinks he's got something seriously wrong when there's nothing wrong at all. So great show. Please like, share, and subscribe. I will be back on Saturday from a SmackDown review, and I will also be releasing my predictions for Elimination Chamber. Hopefully there will be some matches announced on Friday, because there isn't much to predict at the moment. But yeah, like, share, and subscribe on the video, and I will see you all soon. Goodbye.